G'day there, mates. My name is Mr. Magilla-cutti, and welcome back once again to my channel. Today, we'll be continuing the story of God of War 2018. So where we left off, we made our way to the top of the mountain to find out it wasn't the highest peak in all the realms. Jotunheim had it. So in order to get there, we had to get the help of Mimir, smartest man in all the realms. Unfortunately, in order to help him, we had to cut off his head. So now we have to take him to the witch and see if she can help us. So, enough of my rambling, let's get straight into it, shall we? Things are really starting to get better and better. I mean, when it comes to games like this, you just know the journey's not over yet because, let's face it, the game just started, hasn't it? Alrighty. Alrighty. Oh yeah, Brock.
Hey, where's your beast of burden?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? I ate her. Fat bits of her out just a while ago.
What is wrong with you?
What? Her milk ran dry.
She was your friend.
Then she'll be happy I'm so well fed. Shit bricks, boy, you got a real sentimental streak, know that? Don't get yourself confused out there. I'm getting back to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we already heard that bit before. Rightio, back outside.
Boy, what is the path back to the witch?
First, we need to find a bow.
The save function in this is not quite as good because it just saves us back to the last checkpoint, not in the position we're at. Still, it's better than nothing.
Do you remember the way back to the witch from here?
That way, behind the big statue of Thor.
Yep. Any more stories, Kratos?
How about one more story?
Very well. There was a tale of a frog. His pond had dried up, so the frog and his son left to find a new home. They found a well. The son saw the water and made to jump in, but the father stopped him. He saw the well was deep, and once inside, they would not be able to escape if the water dried up again. Wisely, they moved on.
That's it?
Yes.
It's really not a story. If the son jumped in, it would be a story.
Then he would be trapped, and starve, while the father watched helplessly.
See? That's a story.
Okay, so we have to go this way underneath his leg. Okay, now that we've got the shock arrows, we should be able to blow some of the sap in here. I don't know how long the tunnel is. Oh yeah, we've got a new dock since the water level lowered.
Huh?
The water dropped.
And the serpent rose. Right. I knew that.
Just forgot. Up we go.
I know she's really powerful, but you really think the witch can bring a head back to life?
She seems competent in her craft, and we have nothing to lose.
If she can't bring it back to life, can we keep the head?
No. But you may feed it to the fish.
Okay.
Yeah, he's real sonic about that. But you can feed it to the fish. Yeah, that's real nice, Kratos. Maybe one day. Really hate those shield users. Stand still. The hag. Yeah. Talk about annoying. Alright, this here, I'm pretty sure I said in the previous episode, but we can't use it since we have the right equipment. And we got... Is that a cipher?
Hey, this does more than decipher those Muspelheim runes. It also contains the travel room.
Ooh, nice.
Should
So we can...
visit the fire realm?
So we can go to Muspelheim, the fire realm. I thought this was the other realm. Never mind. Mm-hmm.
Atreus, to me.
Okay, I'm coming.
We'll check up there when we go back out. Well, we found one of those runes for the chest down there. Actually... Ah, I get it. That because the witch's house is yeah, it's risen back up again, so we have to go back up the well. Let's explore around here first. Are we got a chest there? Oh, run. Nice. Rune.
Oh, very smart.
Yep. Okay, so there's no crystal on here that we can shoot. We can't just shoot the chest with the without the giant crystal to generate to cause it to explode. I think that's one over there. Question is, how do we get over there? Oh. There we go. Alrighty, now we can do some damage. Bingo. Alrighty, let's keep our eyes open for the last rune, shall we? Ah, we can't go that way. Excuse me. Some more sap over there. Crystal. And the creative passageway for us. It's another one of those doors.
Boy.
It's another one of those maps.
Nice. Gonna have to start doing those again. But I think we'll do them when we, I think we do get the ability to travel everywhere else. But not just back to Brock's shop, but I think that's what my memory's telling me. I'm not 100% sure, guys.
Be ready.
jeez. I'm here, guys.
It is over.
Sorry about that, my dad was talking loudly on the phone. Anyway, I really am hating those witches. Just...
Hey, I think I see another one of those bowls of sand up there. That I drew the runes into?
Yep.
Not sure how we reach it, though.
We'll make them...
Look up there.
Yeah, I see it. Alrighty, so let's pull this way.
I see something up there.
I don't think there's any way we can reach up there. No any way we can climb up this. It's silly, but we just can't. Oh. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Wrong pattern.
Okay, well, that's way too far to jump. This'll be fun.
Now move you across.
Almost there! It is! It's another one of those sand bowls.
What does it say?
There are different runes written along the side of this one.
What does it say?
Another riddle. Feed me not, we both are doomed. Overfeed me, all consumed.
The answer might be near, like the other.
Yeah.
The answer's gotta be written around here somewhere, right? I see it now. It says fire. Of course.
That actually makes
Wow.
sense. Nice. Give me those goods. Murder of crows. Nice. Alrighty, that's all we can find here for now by the looks, since we can't get past this frozen grass here, so we still need to find that last rune. Ah! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Just need to keep my eyes open much better, you know? Thank you. Not a blood mead. 2 more and I think I should have the whole set. Alrighty. So back up the well we go. Ah, we have to go
Turn
around.
back Aesir. Guess the gods aren't welcome here.
It's not. Turn back Aesir. I hope those are magic runes. Worst one, keep the Aesir out. True that.
There he is. I hope he remembers us.
I'm pretty sure it will. Here it is. Righty. Let's put this down and see what it says. Wrong button.
Look here.
Another marker.
What it says. Alrighty. Hail Frigg, giant, generous Frigg, who gave the world her brightest light. Young Balder, gleaming god, pride of Aesir, Odin's son and heir to Asgard. Long may she protect him. Long may he protect us. Hail Balder the Golden. Hail Frigg, beloved by all. Hail Odin Allfather. Seems like no one who counted on the Aesir is still around.
How's it going, Charlie? Is your witch friend here?
What is that name?
That's what he told me it was. Or what it sounded like in my head, anyway. Charlie.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
So when he's charging, he can actually knock my axe away. Oh, does he? He has a shield. Mm. Run, baby, blood.
That was good, right?
Adequate.
Adequate. What does this say?
What does it say?
Sir. Save their Nethines upon all who trespass.
Stated Nethines upon all Stated Nethines upon all who trespass. But we're invited here, right? So I think it means like say the curse or something.
Read it.
Yes, sir. Death to the Raven God, Lord of the Hang.
Death to the Raven. She really doesn't like Odin very much.
Another one of those sandals.
Looks like it. Anything up here? No.
Want me to read this one?
What does it say?
Falcon, hawk, and turtle dove. Swim aloft in oceans above. Huh?
There's some runes here, but
Those runes. On the rock.
They don't spell anything. It's gibberish.
maybe it's because it's out of order. I wonder. Maybe we need to get to a higher level.
I'm sure we'll find the answer around here somewhere.
Focus up, boy.
I'm getting better, I'll say that much. Oh no, you don't. Okay, so the chest is locked here. I don't see any runes around here. Oh. Okay, so it looks like we need to use that device to actually find out what the runes are on the chest. Bye-bye, buddy. Ah.
Here, boy.
Oh, the rest of the runes were hidden over the hill. That's Vinder. Wind.
Back to the sand bowl.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can't jump down, so around we go. There we go.
Father, she is here. It is so good to see you again. I knew you weren't dead.
Hello.
Oh, can you bring a head back to life?
I'm not sure I understand what... Wait. Where did you get those? The arrows. Give them to me, now.
They were a
Whoa.
gift.
Do as she says, boy.
These arrows are dangerous. They're wicked. You find any more, you destroy them, understand? Do you understand? Say it!
Jesus.
I understand. If I see them, I'll destroy them.
It's all I ask. Forgive me. Please, take my arrows in their place. I have no need for them anymore. Now, what's this about a head? Do you have any idea who this is? Did you kill him?
At his request. He claimed you could revive him.
Me? Are you sure you heard him right?
Please?
Take him to the table. Hamlet. It's been a long time since I've practiced the old magic. Hold him there. Let's have a look. Well, thankfully his head hasn't decayed much and his brain is still intact. Nice clean cut. Cutting off his head of all people. I sure hope you know what you're doing. Now, hold his head under the water and don't let go. I mean it.
Okay.
That's enough.
It worked!
Let me see him. Mimir? You there?
Yes.
Good.
Oh. Hello, Freya. Been a long time. You look well.
What I did for them. As far as I'm concerned, death suits you better.
I'd bow if I could, Your Majesty. Forgive me. Had I known the witch in the woods was Freya herself, I never would have suggested this.
Freya? The goddess Freya?
You didn't know either? Sorry.
When word gets out that Mimir is free, the wrath of Odin won't be far behind.
One sec, guys.
You are God.
Leader of the Vanir, once yes, but no longer.
You did not think it important to tell me.
Are you really going to lecture me about that?
We are leaving, boy.
But...
Now.
You're welcome.
He ain't happy.
Why did you do that?
We cannot trust her.
Because she's a god?
Have I taught you nothing, boy?
But she's helped us a lot.
She lied.
Some people value their privacy. Best not to judge, brother.
When I require your council head, I will ask.
Fair enough. Get me to Tyr's temple in the Lake of the Nine, and I'll get you to Jotunheim as promised.
We know the temple. What's there?
Only the last living giant in Midgard. Who better to tell us the way?
The world serpent? Wait, do you know how to talk to him?
Indeed. He speaks an obscure tongue more ancient even than these mountains. None are left in Midgard who speak it. Except, of course, for me.
You do?
It's true. You wouldn't know it to look at him, but Jormungandr is a sparkling conversationalist.
Good to know. Alrighty, go to the serpent horn. Very well. Just rest
Someone
ahead.
here. Why did Freya spin your face?
No. Speak of Balder. He claims nothing harms him.
Aye, Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
Boasting of a god. Everyone has a weakness.
Not him, I'm afraid. Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
You just said that, Mimir.
Did I?
What is the source of this power?
Well, as I recall, it involved, a spell?
Mimir?
Parts of my brain must still be coming back to life. Just need a moment to finish waking up.
Hope he's not broken.
Something tells me it's more than that. Because the way you spoke like that, it almost sounded like it was, for lack of a better term, programmed. Like, almost like hypnotic suggestion.
The snake he's holding. The world serpent?
Too small.
Yeah, but maybe Thor's just really big?
Unlikely.
Mimir, we're in the lake.
Perfect. Dock us near the bridge.
A little bit, guy.
Ed, how do we speak to the serpent?
There's a horn on a platform at the middle point of the bridge. Take me to it.
Find
Oh, yeah.
that horn.
Good. Now put my lips to the horn.
Be right back, guys. Sorry about that.
Why is he doing that?
Odin had that statue made in honor of Thor. And seeing as the world serpent absolutely abhors the fat dauber, he was probably sick of looking at it.
But doesn't that hurt?
Well, he and Thor have a bit of an unpleasant history between them. Or they will, anyway. So I guess waking up to see it was worse than the thought of lumps of solid stone passing through his gullet. You want me to ask him?
No. Our only concern is Jotunheim.
Alright, wish me luck. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. Ylur en mimir. I've still got it, lads. He remembers me. Why you? Oh no, that's not right. Mokuno untunkun. Eko no tunno punora. He knows the pain of your loss. He will help you. Efniun Folkur. Curious.
What is it?
Oh, nothing to be concerned about.
What is he doing?
Making sure we're heading in the right direction. Listen closely now. We need two things to get us into the land of the giants. First, we need to learn the travel rune that opens realm travel to Jotunheim. Second, we need to carve that rune into the special gateway.
That one of the peak where we first met you?
Correct. Except the giants, in their infinite wisdom, saw to it that no ordinary chisel would do the job. Only the tip of a magical chisel opens that gate. Luckily, I know where it is. And it's not far.
He looked kind of mad for a moment.
Now that, I thought I said you were friends of Odin. You'll forgive me. I've never spoken the ancient tongue sober.
Wait, look! The water's dropped even further. You can see more of the realm towers and statues.
Nice.
I even see new places to explore along the shore.
Yeah.
Where is this chisel?
Find me a boat, and we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm. Now the thing is that never spoke the language sober. God almighty. Yeah, just like you say that you can never play the piano properly without actually being drunk. Sheesh. The world's serpent spans all the waters of Midgard. Maybe the only thing big enough to beat falls. Still haven't met it. Now that I've heard Mimir talk to Jorgenmunder in his ancient tongue, I wonder if I could figure out how to do it. That would be interesting. Okay, now we may have to
So
travel.
when we get to the boat, we can either look for that special chisel now, or go exploring for a little while. I'm happy with whatever you want to do.
I've been exploring. We'll go for a few places around the lake here, and a few places where I need to get some redemption. Especially at those rift tears. Bloody hell, the lake really dropped down so far.
Which way to the chisel?
Keep rowing towards the statues of the oarsmen, then thread past between them.
Alrighty then. First, let's dock here because it's the limit. Ooh, more sap from the world tree. Pick that up.
Mimir, you never did tell me why Freya spit in your face.
Well, she blames me in large measure for her present circumstances, and not totally without reason. It all goes back to the long war between the Aesir and Vanir. Prior to that, wars for the Aesir were easily won. But the Vanir had proved their equal and exacted devastating damage. Both sides suffered tremendous losses. And for many of us, quite frankly, war was simply no fun anymore. But a rather senseless waste of precious life. Wouldn't you agree, brother? Precisely. Enough was enough. And at last, Odin's most brilliant advisor became determined to find a more enlightened path. He set about to broker a peace between the gods. It took some convincing, but ultimately Odin was persuaded to marry his deadliest enemy, a certain Vanir goddess, legendary not only for her fertile beauty, but her genius at the very Vanir magic that Odin had long aspired to master.
Freya married Odin? What was in it for her?
It was a sacrifice to protect her people, a selfless act of love. Truly, she deserves better than she got. But of course, there's more to that story.
Indeed. Anyway, Atreus due a strength. So basically, our strength is permanently increased by 2. So more of that frozen grass. We will have to come back to these places at some point, but let's just start here for now. I love chain reactions. No way we're breaking that one open. Unless we can go around. But first, the realm tear. At least that'd be mega strong. It's mega strong. Christ almighty. I'm not going to stand a chance against these two. Slip it heck. Alright, so once again I'm going to have to come back to these guys at another point in time. When I'm stronger and when I have another powerful weapon. I don't like the sound of that. Whoa!
Fafnir. I always wondered what became of him.
Wait, Fafnir? Like, Fafnir's storeroom Fafnir?
The very one.
But Sindri said he was a dwarf.
He was. And now he's a dragon. Funny how life works, isn't it?
He's chained up.
Perhaps we should keep an eye out for binding shrines and free the poor bastard. Aye, lads?
If he doesn't decide to roast us. Because let's just say the last dragon we met wasn't too friendly. Did I even notice it at the time? I did, yes. So let's just have to make sure. Oh Jesus. Why can't we jump across? I thought I can't do it until we free the bastard. One of the uses he's lightning breath to our advantage. Ow. Spell for crows, get out of here. Yeah, that would have been too effective, I'm afraid.
How did your
One
friend
down.
become a dragon, Mimir?
Oh, he's no friend of mine. This little scrote was a constant source of annoyance amongst Aesir and Vanir alike.
Then why free him?
Trust the recently liberated, brother. No one deserves to be held captive like this. Even a greedy little dwarf come dragon.
True.
Boy,
Huh. Neat.
Fafnir's tale. If you are reading this, go away. You don't belong here. This is my ravine, and don't touch any of my stuff on your way out. You're still here? I told you to leave. These are my treasures, and you can't have them. The best stuff is in my storeroom anyways, but don't even think about going there. That place is well guarded. I made sure of that. Just leave me be. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. Certainly not any of his stupid sons warning me about the dangers of greed. I only need look in my newly acquired veneer mirror to see what it does to my skin, but I don't care. My treasure makes me feel safe, and it is warm, and it warms me from inside, like the breath of a dragon. Gaff lost, Fafnir. So you became cursed after acquiring a Vanir treasure. Vanir treasure. As the saying goes, greed will consume us all. In a sense, it literally did. Hold on, big guy. We're letting you out shortly. And it would help if he didn't breathe. Oh, he wasn't aiming at us. Now we can head across. I guess those Reavers was just in our way. He's heavily guarded. Tell me about it. I'm gonna throw my axe against you. Doesn't worry me. Jesus. Oh, I need the action order for this stuff.
Left side, brother!
Hit his armor. Ow! Oh, for goodness sakes. Out of here.
What do we do with that?
we will show it to the dwarves.
Traveler's glistening trophy. New crafting lever. Traveler's armor set. Okay then.
Enemy down!
question, Head. How did this dwarf become a dragon?
I don't know for certain, though I'd wager his penchant for stealing magical artifacts.
They wear really strong armor, have huge swords, and are one of the toughest enemies we face. Who are they, and what do they want with us? Mom never mentioned the travelers. I hope we don't have to fight too many of them.
Had something
Yeah.
to do with it. Must have stolen a trinket from the wrong Vanir goddess.
Freya? I bet you 5 quid. So we have a way back. Let's head back down this way. I think we only got one more room we need to find in order to free Fafnir. Oh, come on. Sorry guys, have to look away for a sec. There we go. Yeah, hold on, big guy. Oh, jeez. Think he didn't like us stealing his chest. We're trying to help you, you dumb bastard.
I don't know, lad. A lot's changed since we last crossed paths. I had legs.
True, what, I see him. Ah, no. I hate these witches. Yell. Out of the way.
Go, you wee little bugger. Well, the dragon hasn't done much for his personality.
fragment of a language cipher. We should look for more like this. I can't believe Odin and Freya were ever married.
Enough. No stories. Not while on foot. Our focus is the road.
Completely understand. I'll finish later, lad.
We'll need something to get through this one.
Oh there. Got another favor to ask you two.
What do you want, dwarf?
I got another lead on my old pal on Vari. Meet me at the Lawn-Soother mines. There's some fancy-dancy loot in it for you.
Another lead? But we already found him. Well, found his hand anyways.
I'll explain at the mines. These ones is just south of the river pass. Now you two want something, or you just gonna stand there all gag-scrapped and slack-jawed?
I completely forgot I had the mic muted.
Pulled the ring off on Vari's hand at the Velander mines. Feller was always tampering with souls and dark rituals and matters of the night, see? Just the sound of his hammer flattening metal were enough to stoke my fires all blissful. Shit, you better clear out before I get all frisky.
Sorry about that. But anyway, I'm completely sorry. I forgot to turn the mic back on. I'm not sure what this was. But, I don't see anything we can use for that, But this stuff here, I think this is back in the Realm of Fire. Just a guess, but, excuse me. Alrighty.
Next time, I guess.
Yeah. Because we didn't really have anything we can make from you. Anyway, sorry about the end there, guys. I completely forgot I had the mic turned off. I wonder how long for. But anyway, that's going to have to be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to hit that like button. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and show support for the channel. I very much appreciate that. I need to get going. The old boy's calling for me. Thank you all again, and I hope you all have a very good day. Take care of yourselves. Drive safely out there, people. Bye-bye, and take care.